So I've had this Epiphone Casino Coupe around for a few weeks that I've really been wanting to demo for you guys. It's an incredibly gorgeous guitar. However, I purchased it off of Reverb, and even though the seller described it as excellent condition, when it arrived, it was very clear from the get-go that there was one major problem with this guitar, severely impacting its playability. The bridge rattled like crazy.
Whenever you gamble, my friend, eventually you lose.
You know what, Liam? Never have those words been any more fitting. You know, really, this happens to all of us eventually, doesn't it? You buy a guitar online, you have some issues with it, and the seller basically jerks you around for about a week and a half before telling you is really not their problem, even though they didn't disclose the issue in the listing. So you're left with one possible option. Out come the tools, and you get to work. In this case, first thing I did was remove the bridge, and this is what I found. So obviously it's a tune-o-matic bridge, but what's interesting about this particular one is that the saddle screws are held down with this little tension wire. Now, the other tune-o-matic guitars I have don't use this system. The saddle screws are held in place with either a nut or by some other means, and everything is nice and solid. So I'm not sure if it's a design flaw with this tension wire or just this particular casino bridge, but clearly there is too much movement going on here. So the first thing I did was try to tighten up this tension wire, even kinking it down in some places to get a better fit. I know that works for some people. In my case, it did not. So the second thing I did was take a little bit of Teflon tape and try to wrap it around a portion of that saddle screw to get things a little bit tighter. Now, that did work a little bit, but as you can see in this next clip, there's still far too much movement in these saddles on some of these strings. The only other thing to try next was a full bridge replacement. Now, this is where things get a little bit tricky. There's all sorts of measurements on these bridges, different brands, different pricing, different styles of tune-o-matic bridge with different kinds of saddles on them. And really, without trying any of them in advance, it's all a little bit of a gamble, if you know what I mean.
Whenever you gamble, my friend.
No, Liam, no. This time we won, my friend. I picked up a Godot bridge, model GE103B, and it dropped in seamlessly. As you can see in this next clip, there is no more movement on the saddles. Rather than having that tension bar, these little saddle screws are locked in place with hex nuts, so it's a lot more secure. The bridge was around 26 bucks, which I think is a fairly decent price. A couple things for you to note. The nickel plating on the bridge doesn't quite match the nickel plating on the Epiphone, and you do have to file down the slots in the saddles just a little bit for the strings to sit just right. But honestly, to me, that's all small-time stuff. I'm really happy with this bridge replacement. The guitar is now playable, and I can finish the setup on it and get the review out to you guys ASAP. Please be on the lookout for that video and more cool stuff coming up soon, like the Black Strat. I just finished rebuilding that, so I'm looking forward to showing you guys the pickups that I chose and the way that I set up the wiring. As usual, I've been Joey. Please tap that like button on your way out if you could be so kind. Until next time, guys, thanks so much and take care.